only male part. Now, often understand after understanding the classification of flowers based on the availability of reproductive structure, let us see the classification crops based on availability of type of flowers. Meaning of type of flowers. Basically, if the any plant that have only male flower means any flower only male reproductive organ, that is called as male flower. mm, and if any flower has only female reproductive organ, that is called as female flower. Okay. Now, based on the availability of male and female flower in a plant, we have two terminologies, that is monoecious and dioecious. Students, if we any plants, any crop that have both male and female flower present in one plant, in one crop, that is called monoecious crop, monoecious plant crop. For example, let us take the example of maize. You might have seen on plant of maize. Here we have female flower present in one side, and we have male flower that is present in the other side. So upper head, the tassel of the male is known as the maize is known as male part, and silk, the cob from which the cob is obtained, is maize is obtained, that is the female part of the maize. In one plant we have both, means that is male and female part is called monoecious crop. Okay. If any plant that, if any crop that have both male and female type of flower is present in one plant, and that is called monoecious plant. Now next we have a dioecious. Dioecious means there is a requirement of two plants. One plant will have only male, and other plant are female, either male or female. Always there is a requirement of two such plants, because one plant will be only will be a female flower, and other will be a male flower. These flower will transfer the pollens, or this is a very important for your examination. Next is classification based on depth of the root system and the type of root system. There is also one classification. uh, So, what is the root system? First of all, let me tell you, root system is basically an underground part of any plant. So, as I was telling you, from seeds, radical will emerge, and that forms root system. All the underground part of the plant is known as root system, and depth of this root is in different plant is different. Based on the depth, based on the, the depth, the root is going down to the soil. They have, the crops has been again classified into shallow root, intermediate root, and deep root crops. Okay. If the crop has only shallow root system, only means roots are only residing through the 1 meter depth of the soil. They are below, above 1 meter depth, then that is known as shallow root system, and this is usually seen in cereal crops like wheat, barley, rice, and rye. In these crops, shallow root system, you will observe. If you will ever get the chance to visit the rice field or wheat field, you will plug the plant out. You will see that they have shallow root system. You will not see that it have, it's no much force is required to pull such plants. That is shallow root crops. They do not, the root system do not grow penetrate the down into the soil. Next we have is intermediate crops. Depth of the intermediate crops is 1 to 1.5 meters. The root is going beyond 1 meter, below 1.5 meter, and example is faba bean and sugar beet. These are all the few example of intermediate crops. Next we have is deep root crops are basically those crops which have more than, that is, depth is 1.5 meter and above. Example is alfalfa. If you pull any crop that is having deep root system will require huge force to pull it off, because the root system is penetrating so deep down into the soil and it cannot be easily pulled off. Example is alfalfa. So I think it's very simple to understand that based on the depth of the root system in a particular crop, we have shallow crops, intermediate crops, and deep root crops. With that, we have types of root system. Based on the type of root system, we have another two classification. That is, in the previous slide, we have seen that based on depth of the root system, and now it is based on the system based on the type. Okay, two main type of root system, that is taproot system and adventitious or fibrous root system. You can recall what is, when we are discussing the difference between monocot and dicot. There also we have discussed in brief about these two type of root system. So let me tell you that difference here. Taproot system is taproot system, root main root into the soil, and then main root there will be small rootlets. In this picture also, the root has, you can say, that is arising from main root system. Main root is going deep into the soil. So this type of root system is called as taproot system, which root go deep into the soil. The example is red gram and grapes. Okay. Next we have is fibrous root system, shallow and spreading. Few crops which whose roots are very shallow and very fibrous in nature. Means you cannot say that there is any particular root that no main root deep inside the soil. You cannot differentiate here that with main root or the root hairs. You will see that roots are roots look like and fibrous fibrous in nature, and the like a brush. You can see here the brush like structure will be seen below the